welcome back to my channel, to Johar Loves TV. So I'm going to do top 10 Twyla and Howleen moments in Monster High. I love them, I love their friendship, and I do ship them as something more than friends. But I do love their friendship, but I just also want them to be more because I just think they're really cute together, and I just love their interactions, and I'm sad we didn't get more of it. I'm sad we didn't get more of Twyla, period, because Twyla is one of my favorite characters. For those of you that did not know that, she is. And Twyla and Howleen are one of my favorite couples, despite being technically non-canon. But yeah, so it was kind of hard to make a top 10 list since we got so little of them, sadly. But I managed because this is important, and they are very underrated. Their friendship, and I'm not sure if, I think people ship them. I know I saw something online about someone saying that they ship them or something like that. But yeah. So I'm going to do so there's 10. It's the top 10 list. And some of the scenes are kind of small because we didn't get much of them, sadly, but I absolutely do ship them and love their friendship, and I really wanted to do this list, so I managed to figure out a way to make 10 things. So number 10, Howleen asking Twyla's opinion. So this is, I think, the only scene they really have together in what's it called? Price Camera Action. Twyla, or Howleen and I almost said Gory. I think it was Torlai. Howleen and Torlai were arguing about which monster in that movie was cuter, and then Howleen asked Twyla, and I know it's just such a small scene and people probably just brush it over, but I just think it's really cute that she cared about Howleen's opinion, and she got a little upset when Twyla was like, don't judge a book by its cover, because she's her friend and she's supposed to side with her. At least that's the way I took it. But I just thought it was cute that Twyla cared about Howleen's opinion. Or Howleen cared about Twyla's opinion. Number 9 is first meeting. So we never actually in the movies got to see when they first met. But I used to own a Twyla doll. I have no idea what happened. It probably got lost in one of the moves, sadly. I do want to recollect the Monster High dolls I had as a kid. But it came with her Dust Bunny Dustin and a diary, and I still have her diary. That's the only part I still have. Why? I don't know. How? I do not know. But it was just little things, and the last entry was where is it? The last entry was of what was going on in 13 Wishes. And then there was a little space at the bottom, so I wrote in what was going on during Price Camera Action. There was no more space to do her role in Haunted, though, sadly. But yeah. And at the end, it even does a whole Twyla thing about me. But in here, she talked about her meeting Howleen for the first time. If I can find it. One of these. I think this is it. Okay. So, the 10th of September, being able to jump from one shadow to another without having to step into the light means that I can avoid talking to other monsters if I don't want to. It's not that I don't like other monsters, but I feel kind of awkward sometimes, like maybe I'll say or do something wrong and embarrass myself. I remember I'd been at MH for a while, but I hadn't really made any friends. Not because the other students hadn't been nice to me, they were. I just always disappeared before I let them get too close. I remember the day that I got cornered, literally. I was sitting by myself in the very back corner of the cafeteria at a table underneath a burned out light that was casting a nice big shadow. I was just eating my lunch and watching when Howleen started walking my way. I sat still knowing that she wouldn't be able to see me, but I didn't want to leave either because I was hungry. So she came over and sat right down across from me. She sniffed a couple of times and said, PB&J, you come. What does that say? Kim see me? I don't know. I answered with a mouthful of sandwich. Nah, but I can smell you. No way. Of course I can. I'm a werewolf, and the nose knows. You smell like dust and strawberry jam. I started to excuse myself, but Howleen asked me not to. I really don't feel like eating lunch by myself. Would you mind hanging out? So I didn't disappear. I stayed, and I made a friend for unlife. Plus, I didn't embarrass myself even once. Hashtag win-win. It was kind of a small thing, but it's cute, to see how they met for the first time, and the fact that Howleen, wanted Twyla to stay with her and eat lunch with her and just hang out, and it was really sweet. And yeah, so that's how Howleen and Twyla met, for those of you that did not know, which unless you have that diary, you probably don't know. Number 8 is first sleepover. That's also in the entry of the diary. Like I said, I had to kind of brainstorm to find 10 slots for this. So, let's see. First sleep. Okay. 15th of October. I went to Howleen's house for a sleepover. It was cool getting to meet her family. I mean, I seen Claude and Claudine around school, but this was the first time I really officially met them. I wish now I hadn't waited so long, because I feel like I missed out on some good times by being so shy. I also got to meet another one of Howleen's sisters. Her name is Claudia, and she's going to college in London. She actually wasn't there, so we talked to her online with video chat. She's studying to be a writer. She's really funny, and she had everybody in the house cracking up about what it's like living in London. Claudine left and went to hang out with Drake, Laura, and Frankie at Frankie's house, so Howleen and I stayed up late talking. We've got tons in common, and we like the same TV shows, the same music, catty noir, Natch, the same kind of styles, and we even think about the same boys are cute. And one thing that we don't see eye to eye on is the need to be popular. I don't care if I am, and Howleen feels like if she isn't, she'll disappear in the shadows of her older siblings. I told her that living in the shadows wasn't all that bad, but she was totally focused on being in the spotlight. Eventually, though, she got out of her funk, and we spent the rest of the night watching movies. We had a scary cool time, and I can't remember when I have ever laughed so hard. When Howleen fell asleep, I snuck out and grabbed a late nightmare snack. I got back way before morning and woke up to the smell of banana scary pancakes and bacon coming from the wolf's kitchen. So much fun, and so happy to have a friend. Maybe I'll try and spend a little more time out of the shadows from now on. Maybe. So that was their first little slumber party, them really getting to know each other and her stepping out of the shadows a little bit, which is really sweet. Number, 7. Twyla trying to talk to Howleen out of becoming popular. This was in 13 Wishes, obviously. Twyla doesn't understand Howleen's need to be popular, and was trying to tell her that she doesn't need to be popular, and all the monsters that do matter don't care about such things. They care about Howleen, and yeah, but Howleen, didn't listen to her, of course, because all she cared about was being popular. Number 6 is Twyla confronting Howleen. Twyla and I think it was Frankie. It might have been Frankie. Maybe it was Claudine. No, I think it was Frankie. When Howleen was doing the whole blackboard thing, trying to figure out about all of her schedules for everyone who wanted her to go to their thing, party, whatever, Twyla confronted Howleen about the way she was acting and behaving, and it's just, I think real friendships people can call, because I think a real friendship, you need to be able to confront them on their behavior and call them out when they're acting not like themselves, or just not acting how they should be, or something like that. I said that really badly, but I'm sure you get what I mean. Number, what am I on? 5. Twyla coming out of the shadows. So this is the first time we get to meet Twyla. Howleen was walking by on her phone, and then before even Twyla stepped out, Howleen was like, "Hey, Twyla," and then Twyla came out of the shadows and started walking next to her and complimented her hairdo. And then, they got bullied and told to leave to the geek hall by Gory. But I just think it was so sweet. It showed how close they are and how well they know each other, that Howleen knew Twyla was there before Twyla even said anything or came out of the shadows, and it showed how close they really were. Number 4, Twyla comforting Howleen. Twyla comforted Howleen about, being popular, letting her know that that's not life, and it's not important to be popular, and she was always there for Howleen. That's one thing I loved about 13 Wishes, was their friendship, and how Twyla was always there for Howleen and comforted her and confronted her and just watched over her and made sure she was okay, even when she wasn't being the best friend because she was under the influence of Wisp. Number 3, Twyla looking after Howleen. Like I just said, she was watching over her and looking out for her when all the other monsters were in the lamp trying to get the orbs or trying to get the shards, and then almost losing the orb and having to try to get that. Twyla stayed far enough away so that she wouldn't have to be sent away either, because she knew she needed to stay and keep an eye out on Howleen, because Howleen's her best friend and she couldn't just leave her, so she stayed and kept an vigilant eye on her the entire time, and it was really sweet. Number 2, Howleen decided to stay with Twyla. This was when Cleo invited them to hang out at the party. Howleen was like, I got everything I need right here. And she was talking about being with Twyla, her best friend, and her crush. I don't care what anyone says. And then Twyla was like, maybe we should go. It does get a little boring hanging out with just you. And Howleen looked all sad. She was like, kidding. And it was just funny. It showed their teasing relationship as well. And it's just, I love their relationship, their friendship, their something more. Number 1, you never gave up on me. So after Howleen was freed, she told Twyla how she never gave up on her, and Twyla was like, of course not, we're best friends, or that's not exactly what she said, but that's basically what she was implying. But it was just really sweet, because it's true, Twyla never gave up on her. She stuck by her side and watched over her and tried to protect her the best she could, tried to knock some sense into her, comforted her, confronted her, looking out after her. She was just there for her the entire time, and it was just the sweetest thing. And their relationship is very underrated, and it makes me sad because they deserve more love, and I wish we got to see more of them. I was happy that we got to see a little bit more of Twyla later on. Like, she had some scenes in first camera action with the whole Don't Judge a Book by its cover, and then we got to see her more in Haunted, and the Boogie Sand and being a ghost and all that. I loved it. I love seeing more Twyla, but I also think we should have seen more of Twyla and Howleen together. Maybe Howleen could have been a Haunted and they could have hung out a little bit, and I don't know. I just think we should have seen more of them. But that's all for this video. Please like and subscribe and comment your favorite Twyla and Howleen moments. If you love their friendship, if you ship them as something more, please tell me below, and I will talk to you in the chats, and I'll talk to you guys later.